Hello everyone, and welcome back to Soap Bold. Thursday, September 4th, takes the bold and the beautiful into dangerous territory. What's really going on in Los Angeles? Let's dive in and uncover the storm ahead. Eric Forrester has seen this cycle unfold too many times. When he pulls Ridge aside, it's not just as a father, but as the patriarch who has watched generations of Forresters repeat the same mistakes. He sees it written all over Ridge's face, the hesitation, the guilt, the weariness. Ridge is drifting, unable to stand firm in his choices, and Eric won't let that slide. Stop leaning on Thomas and Steffi to live your life for you, Eric urges, his tone sharp but laced with concern. You already know where your heart lies. It's Brooke. It's always been Brooke. These words cut deep. Ridge doesn't want to hear them, but he can't deny them either. Eric isn't speaking out of bias, he's speaking out of clarity. He's witnessed Ridge stumble between Brooke and Taylor countless times, and he knows who Ridge truly loves. To Eric, this isn't even a question, it's a truth Ridge has been running from. Eric's advice is piercing because it strips away Ridge's excuses. By reminding him not to rely on Thomas or Steffi's opinions, Eric makes the issue painfully simple. Stop hiding, stop pretending, and face what you want. For viewers, this scene is poignant. It shows Eric's wisdom, but also Ridge's weakness. Ridge's silence betrays him. His eyes flicker with emotion, torn between love and duty. His heart longs for Brooke, but his conscience binds him to Taylor. And that internal tug-of-war is exactly what keeps him trapped. Ridge is Eric's son, but he doesn't share his father's decisiveness. Inside, Ridge knows the truth Eric speaks. Brooke has always been his destiny. The pull he feels toward her is undeniable, almost cosmic. Time, betrayal, anger, nothing has erased it. Every time he tries to walk away, some unseen force drags him back. And yet, Ridge cannot silence the image of Taylor's face. Every time he sees her, he sees devotion. He remembers the countless times she lifted him up when Brooke let him down, the way she has always stood by him through scandal and betrayal. Taylor isn't just another woman in his life, she is loyalty embodied. And with that loyalty comes crushing guilt. Ridge's torment is brutal. Choosing Brooke feels like betraying Taylor. But choosing Taylor feels like betraying his own heart. It's a lose-lose, and no one, neither Eric, Thomas, nor Steffi, can ease the burden. He wages this war in silence. To Taylor, he offers smiles and words of reassurance. To Brooke, he offers glances and confessions whispered in private. But the mask is slipping. His hesitation is visible. His silence speaks volumes. As the wedding plans march forward, Ridge feels the weight of every step. He's walking toward a future with Taylor, but every heartbeat pulls him toward Brooke. This duality is tearing him apart, and the tragedy is that Ridge himself may not be able to stop the cycle from repeating. Meanwhile, Taylor Hayes feels the storm brewing. She sees the subtle changes, the way Ridge pauses when Brooke's name is mentioned, the flicker in his eyes when Thomas questions his devotion. Taylor has been through this before, and though she clings to hope, deep down she knows history has a cruel way of repeating itself. That's why she pushes harder. If Ridge's doubts are growing, then she will drown them out with momentum. The wedding must happen quickly, before Brooke has the chance to pull him back. If we set the date, if we finalize the plans, he won't waver, Taylor tells herself. It's less confidence, more strategy, a desperate gamble disguised as joy. Taylor has always been a woman of strength, but right now, what we're seeing isn't strength, it's fear disguised as determination. She hears the whispers, she sees the small flickers of doubt in Ridge's eyes, and she knows deep down that the shadow of Brooke still lingers over her relationship. Eric has made it clear where his loyalties lie, openly admitting that he supports Brooke and Ridge reuniting. That truth stings, but Taylor refuses to let it break her. Instead, she doubles down. She convinces herself that Ridge's loyalty is enough, that his devotion will hold firm if she can just move things forward quickly. She begins talking about venues, floral arrangements, and guest lists with a kind of manic energy, because every detail finalized is one step closer to locking in her dream. She even imagines Steffi returning home, her daughter smiling proudly as she watches her parents finally unite. That image of family together, dressed in celebration, becomes Taylor's anchor. It's the picture she clings to in order to silence the doubts gnawing at her. But viewers can see the truth that Taylor is trying so desperately to ignore. Her every action comes not from confidence, but from a fear that grows louder with each passing day. She senses Ridge slipping through her fingers, and every rushed decision is really a plea to keep him close. She's fighting time. She's fighting fate. Most of all, she's fighting the unshakable pull that Brooke has always had on Ridge. Taylor's love for Ridge is real. No one can question that. But love built on fear, love sustained by desperation, is fragile. And fans know what she cannot admit to herself. Ridge's heart has already chosen, and it's not with Taylor. Her gamble, however sincere, may only end in heartbreak. The question on everyone's mind is simple, yet loaded with decades of history. Will Ridge and Taylor actually make it to the altar this time? On the surface, things look promising. Taylor is confident, smiling as she flips through wedding magazines and jots down plans. She tells her closest friends she feels secure, even comforted, by Ridge's presence. The family whispers with excitement about Steffi possibly returning home for the big day, imagining a picture-perfect Forrester celebration. To the outside world, it all looks like a dream finally coming true. But beneath that polished surface, the cracks are already beginning to show. Ridge struggles every time the word wedding comes up. He forces a smile, gives vague answers, and quickly changes the subject. His hesitation doesn't go unnoticed. Eric has already confronted him, calling him out for hiding his true feelings. Thomas senses it too, lecturing his father not to hurt Taylor again. Steffi's loyalty to her mother is unwavering, and she is ready to defend Taylor at all costs. And then there's Brooke. Her very presence is enough to unbalance Ridge, to remind him of the love he has never been able to let go of. Fans know this pattern all too well. Every time Ridge chooses Taylor, he eventually drifts back to Brooke. Every time he chooses Brooke, Taylor ends up shattered. History repeats itself like a tragic melody, and Ridge seems incapable of changing the tune. The tension lies not just in whether vows will be spoken, but in the aftermath of whatever Ridge decides. If he walks away before the ceremony, Taylor may never forgive him. If he goes through with it while secretly longing for Brooke, he risks destroying both relationships in one stroke. This isn't just a wedding, it's a powder keg, and the smallest spark could blow it all apart. Thursday, September 4th, is an episode heavy with emotion and impossible choices. Eric urges Ridge to stop hiding behind the opinions of his children and admit the truth. His heart has always belonged to Brooke. Ridge knows it's true, but guilt toward Taylor keeps him frozen in place. Taylor, sensing the cracks, rushes to cement her dream by moving the wedding forward, convinced that speed will save her future. But as whispers grow louder about Steffi returning, fans are left asking, is this wedding a celebration waiting to happen, or an illusion on the verge of collapse? And that's where I want to hear from you, the Soap Bold family. Should Ridge finally break the cycle and admit he belongs with Brooke? Or should he honor his promises to Taylor and give her the commitment she has waited years for? Do you think Taylor's plan to rush the wedding will succeed, or will it only push Ridge closer to walking away? Your theories and debates are what make this community so strong, and I can't wait to see your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget, if you enjoyed this breakdown, hit like, tap subscribe, and ring that bell so you never miss a moment of the drama here on Soap Bold. Thanks for watching, because on this show, love is never simple, and the story is just getting started.